So what does a foreclosure have to do with one of the most iconic and timeless movies of all time, Coming to America? If you'd like to know about that, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome to AskRinde. I'm Rinde Adebayo, digital entrepreneur, real estate entrepreneur, and top producing real estate agent here in New Jersey. And welcome to AskRinde. If it's your first time at my channel, please hit the subscribe button and smash the like button. I do videos about foreclosure, income, and credit, and I would love to have you as a part of our growing network all around the country. So finally, after all these years, one of the most iconic films of all time, Coming to America, is finally coming out with a sequel. Can't believe it. Eddie Murphy finally greenlighted the project, and the first film came out in 1988. I just can't believe it's been that long. The film has so many iconic and memorable scenes in it, you know, like Bark Like a Dog, McDowell's, King of Zamunda coming into Queens. It was just over the top, it was excessive, it was royal, it was things that we have never seen and we really never imagined. And I think it was not only a turning point for Eddie Murphy, but for a lot of us who kind of like saw royalty or African royalty, that kind of level for the first time. I mean, I think it was just incredible, and it still is incredible to this day. And so it's just kind of amazing because, you know, I always share and talk about foreclosure, and that's what I specialize with when it comes to my channel and also my business. But, you know, ironically, the scene of the current movie that's being filmed is actually at the scene of a house that was once in foreclosure. And that house is none other than the former estate of former heavyweight boxing champion Evander Holyfield. Holyfield forfeited the property for $7.4 million years ago, and he actually owed more than that, which means he probably had a deficiency judgment. But Rick Ross picked it up for about $5.4 million, and it's currently being filmed on the set of his estate, which he renamed or rebranded Maybach Estates. And so it's kind of crazy because to see this property that was once the subject of, you know, a forfeiture, once the subject of foreclosure, distress, and basically a caricature, something that was a pain, a burden to not only Holyfield, but to the banks that were attached to it, to not see this property rise from the Phoenix and become something that's a part of history is quite amazing. And you know, when I saw the article and I saw the headline, it just made me think and reflect on how many times we see properties go in and out of foreclosure. The real estate, the property, the building itself, the brick and mortar, they actually get a chance to get revitalized. And we're used to seeing before and after pictures of real estate. You know, you see a house that's all messed up, and you see the before picture, and then you see the after picture. And those images basically let us know that there is an after, even in spite of the situation where it might have been an ugly house, it might have been abandoned, or whatever the case is, and broken. And many times in my years of experience with dealing with foreclosure, many people don't touch on this, but there's an emotional side of foreclosure, and that is when people feel broken. And the reason why I wanted to do this video was to just encourage you, because when I saw the headlines on this property, and I saw the headlines of the fact that the house and the estate was being the set of one of the most iconic films of all time, it let me see that there is the after. You know, sometimes when you're in a situation with foreclosure and when you're in it, you really can't see yourself past that. You can't see that you ever come out. It's such a shame, it's such a burden. There's like a cloud of burden around you, and you just suffer because you really don't know that you're ever gonna come through it. You don't really see how the financial a mountain is gonna be moved. And I just want to share with you an encouragement, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, to let you know that there is an after. Even though your before picture looks one way, your after picture is going to be greater. And I can tell you this from experience because I went through it. I remember the time that I had, I was actually currently on a rolling 60. And a rolling 60 basically means when you are, you know, 60 days behind and you're trying to avoid yourself going into 90 days default, so that the lis pendens is filed and the foreclosure proceedings start. And there was just one mortgage company that actually was making my payments to a servicer, and I remember, you know, calling and making the payment, and they had a situation where they really didn't want to work with you, even though you can legally be in a 60-day rotation. It depended on what rep I spoke to that would take my payment. So every month I would go and I would just hope. It was like playing Russian roulette. I would have to make a phone call, and then depending on the rep, if they felt that they could take my payment, then they would take my payment, and I would be sweating like bullets, hoping that they could take the payment. Just please take my payment, and so I don't run into a 90-day default and lose my my property, etc. And it was just crazy, man. I look back at the time, and I never thought at the moment when I was in it that I would be able to recover and come out. And so I want to do this video to let you know, just like the foreclosure estate down in Georgia, that's the largest single family residence, can come from forfeiture and foreclosure and rise into a phoenix and basically come into something that's going to be a part of major history. You too, you are a part of history. You are a part of history in the making, and you can do it. You will come through it. And I just wanted to encourage you. I was in that situation trying to work my rolling 60, but I actually finally got out of it, and thank God, by God's grace, I'm here, and I'm far from that. And I just wanted to encourage you to share with you that we're here to help you as well. So join the network. Our network is growing. We're helping a lot of people all around the country, and we can help you navigate the process, get clarity, and get to the next level, and basically have your turning point. And so if you'd like to join the network, you can go to the website AskRinde.com, and it's very simple. Just basically click the button to get started, and we look forward to connecting with you and having you basically be the next success story. Just always remember, there is always the after. Even though we're normally used to seeing before pictures, there's always a before and there's always an after. And there is definitely hope for you, and I just want to encourage you. And also, don't forget to check out the movie Coming to America 2. It's going to be out in theaters in August of 2020. And I look forward to the next video. Until next time, thank you for watching.